Ark Raiders, a multiplayer extraction adventure game where most of humanity shelters underground, but raiders rise to the surface in search of something greater. In the Rust Belt, danger isn't the end of the story, it's the beginning of the adventure. Every journey above ground is a gamble against the relentless machines of Ark and rival raiders chasing the same dream. Explore a lethal yet vibrant world scarred by old conflicts and reclaimed by nature, where shifting conditions make every high-stakes run unpredictable. Ark Raiders. Available now on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, and PC. Rated T for Teen.
Okay, serious question. Why do criminals always act like the cops are going to believe anything they say? Like, no, officer, I couldn't have robbed that store. I was wrestling an alligator at the time. Welcome back to Don't Quote Me, It's Probably Nothing. Today is Tuesday, which means True Crime Tuesday. When you hear me just saying that just now, I hope you pictured both of my hands in the air and me like waving them like I just don't care. I'm Kelly, your chaos correspondent, and today we're diving into the dumbest alibis ever. Because if you're going to lie to the cops, at least make it entertaining. We're talking people who forged time cards, used astrology to explain theft, and tried to prove innocence with security footage from a different crime scene, which that is, I want to laugh just thinking about it. But I swear some of these cases solve themselves the minute these people open their mouths. To everyone listening on Nighthawk Radio, thanks for tuning in and letting me ruin your faith in humanity one ridiculous case at a time. And for the rest of you catching this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, welcome. Grab a snack, hydrate, and prepare to lose a few brain cells. Because this, or I should say these, are the dumbest alibis ever. Well, I just want to warn you that I may have hit my ganja gadget a little too hard because I am a little stupid at the moment. And also my daughter just like busted into my room and was ranting and raving about something. And all I heard was wah, 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 wah. And I feel like the worst mother ever. Literally all I could get out every couple of seconds to make it look like I understood everything she was saying was like, dang, that's crazy. Man, that's wild. I think it's because, like I mentioned before, she's so loud and she talks so loud. And it's like my brain does not understand the level at which her voice is. But anyway, our first criminal of the day, and I say criminal like with love, okay? It's a man from Casper, Wyoming, who tried to use what I can only describe as the Doctor Who defense. So police find this guy wandering around a neighborhood at night, clearly drunk, claiming he was from the year 2048. And apparently he'd been sent back in time to warn everyone about an impending alien invasion. Now, if this were Men in Black, I'd be like, cool, grab your sunglasses, okay? But officers were like, sir, you're wearing a beer-stained hoodie and Crocs. I don't think NASA's calling you for the time travel mission. But I can't knock Crocs. I like Crocs. But anyway, he insists that he's telling the truth, and he says that the aliens filled his body with alcohol so that he could travel through time. And then he demanded to speak with the president of the galaxy, which, honestly, same. Pick number 3, me lord. I don't know why I said that, but that was from Shrek. And if you've never seen Shrek, when he says that, he holds up 2 fingers. I feel like the Shrek movies have to be like the funniest movies ever. I mean, that might be a little dramatic, but like cartoon wise, I guess if you would call it a cartoon, maybe animation. I don't know, because Despicable Me was pretty funny as well. So I don't know. I don't know. I like kids movies, I guess. Maybe. But anyway, when they asked him his name, he refused to give it because he said, you'll mess up the timeline. But like, I feel like you already messed up the timeline because you got arrested. But it turns out he was just very, very drunk and got charged with public intoxication. But the commitment, the lore, the dedication to his bit, 10 out of 10, for sure. He had me at aliens. Which, speaking of tinfoil hats, so eventually I'm going to be moving to like video as well as like the audio. But like for the video, I was joking around the other day and I was like, I think I'm going to open like wearing a tinfoil hat. But I'm like trying to think of how I want to make my tinfoil hat. Like, do I want the regular like little Hershey Kiss style, or do I want like a trucker hat or a beach hat? I don't know. But I think I'm going to make something cool. And I'm so excited because also because I bought alien earrings over the weekend and a bracelet that says Weirdo 1 and Weirdo 2. My daughter took Weirdo 2, but I went to Hot Topic to get them and it's like they were meant for me to have because they were literally the last one of both of them. So I was like, okay, yes, I'll buy them. Okay, this next case had me chuckling so hard. Okay, so this one is about a man in Ohio who made what might be like the single dumbest move in the history of alibis. So police were investigating a home burglary where someone broke in, stole electronics. I'm going to try to do this without laughing. And left behind a shoe print. And they didn't have much to go on until they got a call from the suspect himself. And he says, "Listen, I didn't rob that house. I can prove it. I was somewhere else at the time." So detectives are like, "Oh, okay, great. Show us your proof." And this man, I'm not making this up, hands over a security camera recording from another house he was robbing. So not only did he confirm that he was busy during that specific robbery, but he literally gave the cops video evidence of himself committing a different burglary. And then said, "I couldn't have done that crime because I was too busy doing this crime." The cops were probably like, "Sir, thank you for your cooperation. But also, here's 2 charges for the price of 1. He was arrested on both counts, and I have to imagine his public defender's soul left his body when he heard that story. Honestly, though, I don't know. I kind of dig it. He's just out here trying to clear one crime while casually confessing to another. Peak dumb criminal energy.
Step into the world of Tim Burton and Danny Elfman with the San Francisco Symphony. Hear music from Beetlejuice, Batman, Edward Scissorhands, The Nightmare Before Christmas, and more. Performed live by the San Francisco Symphony with stunning visuals. Plus, a special live performance by Danny Elfman himself. November 13th and 14th at Davies Symphony Hall. Don't miss Danny Elfman's music from the films of Tim Burton. November 13th and 14th only. Tickets at sfsymphony.org.
Okay, Florida, you never disappoint. So this case comes from a man in Fort Lauderdale who called police to report that his home had been burglarized. So when officers arrived, they noticed something weird. So the burglar had apparently broken a window from the inside, and there were paw prints on the counter. And this man, with the confidence of a toddler caught with a crown, goes, "Oh yeah, my cat did that." So his cat, broke the window, knocked over the lamp, spilled beer everywhere, and somehow stole his TV. Incredible. We're talking like the Houdini of house cats. So police start asking questions like, "Sir, are you sure your cat has like opposable thumbs?" Turns out he'd actually staged the break-in himself. Go figure. How could we have ever known that? But anyway, he did it to collect insurance money. But instead of admitting that, he decided to blame Whiskers. Which, speaking of Whiskers, if you guys were wondering, which I'm sure you are not, my nickname growing up was Whispers. I know it's not, the same word, but it rhymes, and that's what it made me think of. Because, okay, so literally when I went to school, they thought I was a mute until I was in 2nd grade. And I remember like being really young and going to speech class and them like being like, "Can you say this word? Can you say that word?" And I obviously could say them perfectly because I can talk. I'm very quiet, so I like, for the most part, like I don't speak unless someone like talks to me. Just except for when I do my podcast, I don't ever stop talking. But yeah, so they thought I was a mute until I was in 2nd grade. And then I remember the reason they thought that, and the reason why it was until I was in 2nd grade is because in 2nd grade, my teacher asked me a question and I answered like with words out loud, she looked like she like saw a ghost. Her eyes got so wide. Her eyes got so wide. She was like, "You speak?" That's so funny. Like when I think about it, like I had a whole school, shitload of teachers and speech therapists and shit thinking that like, I don't know, I was Helen Keller or something. But anyway, when cops pointed out that his cat was about 8 pounds of fluff and attitude, the man doubled down saying, "You don't know him like I do." Needless to say, insurance fraud didn't fly, and he was arrested for filing a false police report. The cat, however, remains free. And probably plotting his own Netflix special called Fur and Loathing. Okay, I saved the most unhinged for last. So this is the story of a man in Indonesia who was arrested for stealing a neighbor's motorcycle. And when police caught up to him, he said with a completely straight face, "It wasn't me. I was kidnapped by ghosts." Sir, ghosts? The invisible kind? Like that's your story? He told officers he'd been walking home one night when a group of spirits whisked him away into the woods, and that he only woke up hours later sitting on a stolen motorcycle. Like, imagine the creativity. I mean, out of all possible excuses, not a friend, not like mistaken identity, he literally said, "It was a ghost, officer." And here's the best part. When police pressed him for details, he described the ghosts as tall and wearing white robes. So basically, he just described like himself, but in a sheet. Police obviously were like, "Okay, Casper, that doesn't explain the helmet, the stolen keys, or the selfie of you on the motorcycle." Because yes, he posted a picture online. So not only did he blame supernatural beings, he also provided photographic evidence of his own crime. It's giving like possessed, but stupidity. He was arrested. Shocker. Brr, 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 brr.
Step into the world of Tim Burton and Danny Elfman with the San Francisco Symphony. Hear music from Beetlejuice, Batman, Edward Scissorhands, The Nightmare Before Christmas, and more. Performed live by the San Francisco Symphony with stunning visuals. Plus, a special live performance by Danny Elfman himself, November 13th and 14th at Davies Symphony Hall. Don't miss Danny Elfman's music from the films of Tim Burton, November 13th and 14th only. Tickets at sfsymphony.org.
It's time for the Docket of Dumb, Alibi Edition, the segment where I read you the week's dumbest real headlines that make you wonder if humanity is running on airplane mode. Man tells police he can't be arrested for DUI because he only drinks at red lights. Woman caught shoplifting claims she didn't steal, she just borrowed. Florida man tells cops he broke into home to rescue ghosts from bad energy. Teen steals car, crashes it, and tells officers he was testing gravity. Man arrested for bank robbery claims it was a social experiment. And that's the end of the Docket of Dumb. I'm supposed to like say goodbye now, but I don't know. I kind of want to keep talking. So like, I'm going to go find something to talk about. I'm going to go think. I'm going to think for like 5 minutes about what I want to talk about, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got a little sidetracked and was scrolling on TikTok, and I keep chuckling because the same video pops up, and they've turned it into so many different things, and it literally cracks me up every time. But it's the video of the girl giving the barbecue food review, and she goes to taste like the mac and cheese. And she puts the mac and cheese in her mouth, and then she slams her fork, like not even slams, stabs it into the mac and cheese. I'm gonna play it for you only because she does it obviously so much better than I can.
Mac and cheese. Oh man, mac and cheese. Yeah.
So I actually started using that in like my everyday conversations. Like I'll text someone and I'll go to say it, but I'm just like, yuck. And they probably have no freaking clue what I'm talking about. They're probably like, this lunatic. Okay, so I was scrolling on TikTok again and I came across like a picture. it says like, what's the most diabolical thing you've done drunk? And I'm just going to read some of these comments. Okay, this one says, one time I was with a guy, and when I blacked out, we got into an argument. The next day, he told me I took out my contact lenses and tried to put them in his eyes so he could see my perspective. So this next one says, reported my car stolen in Atlantic City. The casino arranged a car ride home. When I woke in my bed the next morning, I remembered I went there on a group bus trip. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, this one says, I made friends with a guy at the bar in an electric wheelchair. Then I rode in his lap to the next bar. He got so drunk he couldn't drive. So I drove his wheelchair accessible van to his house for him. I had that all messed up. I thought she was still in his lap and motoring the wheelchair home. This one says, I asked my dog to hold my McDonald's French fries while I went to the bathroom and started bawling when I found out he ate them all. Oh my gosh. This one says, I put all my exes in a group message together and texted them the lyrics TLC, no scrubs. This one says, it's not mine, but it's my mom's. She slashed 3 out of 4 of my dad's tires one night because he wouldn't go back to the restaurant for her leftovers. I mean, I don't know. I would do the same for my leftovers. I remember way back when Jim took me on a date to Carrabba's, and it was my first time ever eating there. And I got this like delicious pasta, and it was the cavatappi, so it's like the one that's like swirly. And I had like, I had 3 little swirly pieces left. And I asked the waitress for a box. And then I got home and I put it in the fridge, and I woke up the next day and I was so excited to eat it for like lunch, you know? And I go to open it and there's only the 3 little noodles. I was like, who brings this home? Also, I'm really sorry for my laugh. I call it my little Nikki laugh, but sometimes I can't help it. Also, I don't know why this popped into my head just now, but I feel like I need to tell it to you. So, remember all the stories I was telling you about with the ghosts and stuff and my 2 friends? Well, we were literally always hanging out and stuff, and it was, for the most part, it was just us 3, and we would go to like my house or something, and my brother would come downstairs and he'd be like, 2 fats and a he'd be like, 2 fats and a Kellyanne. Yeah, I always thought that was so rude, but that's not what I wanted to tell you. So we were at my one friend's house, and it's not the one where it was like all the ghost activity and stuff. It was the other one, and we were in the living room and we heard a bang, and it was just us home. And there were ghosts in her house too, but it was more like family member ghosts, I guess. And so we heard the noise and we quick tried to like grab the closest thing to us. So like my one friend was smart enough to grab a knife. I grabbed a football helmet because like I know that would do some damage if you just like hold it by the mask and swing it really hard, right? In case it wasn't a ghost, in case it was like an actual person. And my other friend grabbed a Twinkie. I don't know what she thought she was doing with all that, like, but we go up the stairs and like we're both protected with, like, she has a knife, she's good, I have a helmet, like there's a possibility it could do some damage. My friend behind me is like, as we're creeping up the steps, she's unwrapping a Twinkie wrapper to eat it. Like, what are you doing? How's that going to protect us? But it ended up just being like this picture that fell off the wall in her brother's room and made the door slam. But I think maybe I'm done with all my stories for right now. And that, my friends, wraps up another True Crime Tuesday, the dumbest alibis ever edition. We laughed, we cried. I cried from laughing. We collectively lost faith in humanity, and honestly, I think that's what Tuesdays are for. Huge love to everyone listening on Nighthawk Radio, my favorite pack of late night chaos gremlins. You keep this weird train rolling. And to everyone catching this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, don't forget to follow, rate, and share the show. I don't know why I said it that way. Share the show. Please share it. LOL. And now to soothe the chaos that I just unleashed. This week's Song of the Week is Nerves of Glass by Nervous Nikki and the Chill Pills. And I know I played this song already, like in one of my first ever episodes, but it's too good to not play it again. So I'm going to play it again for you twice because I can.
I'm slipping sideways in my car, my foot took it too far. I'ma need a tow and I could use a ride. I'm sorry, mama, grow up sometime. I'll be just fine. Just fine. Drop dead, don't know when. Roll the dice, push it back. Pick your poison, take a seat. I mean no harm, I'm just a creep. Is it good or is it bad? Like it's bouncy, I'd like to think that this path, this time would make me shrug it off, let it swell. No matter what, give them hell, give them hell, give them hell. Tripping over my words, stuttering must be my nerves class, yeah. Ridicule like splinters, they're in, they're good. I'm wishing that I did, the pretty girls could. Oh, no. Smoking mirrors, buggy clothes, can't be sold, must be trash. Misfit, scrape knee, deep down, proud to be. Is it good or is it bad? Like it's bouncy, I'd like to think that it's bad. The same would make me. I used to think that I was cursed, but I'm wrong past. But here, give 'em hell, here, give 'em hell. Big smile, broken glass. What you said, take it back. Crickets sing, bullets crack. Between the lines, we're scared to ask. Eyes that you could fall into. Find me now, tell the truth. Is it good or is it bad? Oh, it's hard to tell. Going up, going down. God, your heart, let it melt. Just an outcast in a big town. Let's just pass. Well, I'm gonna give 'em hell, I'm gonna give 'em hell.
Your cold is coming! Your cold is coming! When you feel a cold coming, shorten it with Zycam, the #1 cold shortening brand.
Oh no, not before my big trip.
The big trip you've been planning is coming up, and so is your cold. But Zycam can shorten your cold and get you back to planning sooner.
Thanks, Revere.
We really should keep Zycam in the house.
Shorten your cold with Zycam.
Take it from America's most revered messenger. Shorten your cold at the first sign with cold shortening products from Zycam, the #1 cold shortening brand. Available in stores or see where to buy at Zycam.com.